In today's weekly documentation and me building the business and life of my dreams, I wanted to talk about why I love mentorship and coaching so much. So I actually just hired a second business coach. I had one last year, and working with my coach last year was just so life-changing. I learned so much, and still to this day, I'm thinking about a lot of the stuff that she says, and a lot of things that I do is from what I learned in that program. And so last month I had kind of a moment where I was just like tired of where I was at. I was tired of doing the same thing over and over again and just being in this cycle of being just like stuck in the rat race. I knew that I wanted to travel the world. I knew that I wanted to work remote and have my own business, make my own money. And I was tired of just like being in the same spot once again. This was like the third time I found myself being here. The first time was when I was working in a retail store, and it was right before I went to Japan. And I knew Japan was gonna be amazing, it's gonna be life-changing, I was gonna be living the life of my dreams. But right before that moment, I was so miserable and knew I had to do something. The second time this has happened was when I was working at the resort as a breakfast server, and I was also bartending. And I had quit my job to pursue freelancing full-time, and I talk about that. A lot of you have come to this channel because of that video, and then that was a year ago. And then this year, I'm having that moment again where I'm sick and tired. I'm not going to quit my job impulsively like I did last year, but I think about it all the time. And I knew that if I wanted to change my life, then I had to change the inputs and change what I was doing. Because if I kept doing the same thing, what actually was going to change? That's what you call insanity. You keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. And I knew, okay, I need to spend money to make money. I need to have a coach who could help me and tell me what it is that I need to work on and show me that there is a better way. Show me that what I am doing isn't the best way, because if it was the best way, then it would have worked already, and it wasn't. So I decided to make a big purchase, what I call a big investment, because I knew it was gonna help me make more money in the future. So I'm gonna talk about why I love working with a coach, and also I wanna share with you 3 mentors I follow online who I absolutely adore, and I listen to them almost every day. So let's go ahead and get started. Monday through Friday, every morning at 7 a.m. Most mornings I try, but I'm pretty consistent in doing this. I take a walk around my neighborhood and I do some prayer, I have my quiet time, and then I also will tune in into some sort of workshop or webinar of some sort, just something that I can learn from. I know that if you're a business owner, you're a content creator, and you also have a 9-to-5, or you have like there's so many reasons and so many things going on in our life, so many reasons why you wouldn't have time to learn more. But if there's one thing that I've learned from all my coaches and all the books that I've read, is that you have to be a student first. You have to keep learning, because things are changing, especially with AI, especially with just how fast the algorithm be changing. Like, you have to keep up to date with everything. And so I dedicate 1 hour every single day to just learn. And one of the people that I love watching online, his name is Myron Golden. Myron Golden is a business coach, mentor, and a pastor. And that is why I love watching his videos. He will share business principles based on biblical truths. And because of my faith, and because I am going through this journey with God, and because I trust God, and I've made God the CEO of my company, I love watching his videos. They are so inspiring, and it also just kind of feels like a sermon as well, while also just learning about entrepreneurship. The way that he describes things are mind-blowing. The way that he breaks things down makes you think and makes you realize, like, wow, that is an amazing way to put things, or I've never thought of it that way. he gives me a lot of those moments, and I have learned so much from him. So he is someone I definitely would consider subscribing to and following, because he is just like an amazing mentor. The second channel I would recommend listening to, and is one that I listen to often, is The Sales Girl. I love listening to The Sales Girl because, one, they're also connected to Myron. Myron is The Sales Girl's mentor. And so I knew that if I like Myron, that I was gonna like The Sales Girl. So they help me when it comes to sales training. I told myself in 2025 I wanted to dedicate more time to learn the skill of selling and learning how to close deals, learning how to persuade people. And these girls are pros at that. They are experts at selling. And I love watching them because I, for so long, have watched so many business videos from, I guess you can call them like the finance bros, or just a whole bunch of different males like Iman Ghazi or Alex Hormozi, and just like Graham Stephan. There's so many guys out there. I mean, it's a very male-dominated industry, and that's okay. I've learned to accept it, move on. But I love watching people like Layla Hormozi or the Sales Girls, because I get to connect with them on a different level because I'm a female. And they're just such a small, like, I'm not gonna say small, but compared to the male, it just feels nice to be connected to a community of sales girls, like of girls who love sales, who want to make money in a feminine way. So I love that. I love listening to the Sales Girl. The third person I love listening to online is Lexus on YouTube. Her name is Alexis, and she is a feminine and energy coach. And I love listening to her because she deals more with the mindset, but she also is Christian. And so because my faith is so important to me, I love listening to these people because they all relate to relying and trusting in God and taking truths from the Bible. And so that is important to me. But whether you're Christian or not, I still highly recommend listening to them because there's so much wisdom in what they have to say. Lexus has built her business in 2 years to $1 million business. And I love her story because she started in the restaurant making about $300 a week 2 years ago. So she just inspires me, same as my coach from last year. They inspire me and they make me realize that a lot of, like, your life can really change in a matter of months, in a year or two, if you really do the work, the inner work, the outer work, just all the work. And I constantly want to remind myself that if they can do it, then so can I. And it doesn't have to take 20 years. It doesn't have to take 10 years. And I'm not going to expect that it happens in 2 years, but I can hope that it does. And they give me hope, and they give me the motivation to dream big and to hope that I can change my life in 2025. And so I love listening to the content, to all of their content, right when I wake up in the morning, so I can get started with some motivation, some inspiration, and get ready for the day. And the best part about it is that it's all on YouTube, which means it's all free. So it is free content, it is free wisdom, it is free coaching. And if you're not ready to invest in hiring a coach, I highly recommend taking the time to invest in following some good people online, coaches who can help you with whatever your industry or whatever you're trying to do is. So those are my people. I don't want to gatekeep. I wanted to share who I'm listening to. And when I tell you, I truly, truly, truly admire them. I really, really do. So I also wanted to talk about the reasons why I believe that you should also invest money-wise into a coach. And the number one reason I did that was because, one, it expedites your success. I get to tap into their knowledge and avoid making mistakes because they have already done them, or they've already passed through that obstacle and know what I can and should avoid. I love working with my mentor right now because there are so many things that I was doing and I'm going to explain this in the next video because it was a little chaotic, but that's because I felt like I was breaking so many things down so I can build a foundation and start building the building blocks. And so she has helped me just really look at what are my goals in life? What do I truly want to do? And how are we going to get there? And what are the building blocks? And taking time to just speak to somebody else about that was so helpful because 1, she makes so much more money than I do. 2, she has way more experience than I do. And 3, I'm paying her so that she can invest time into helping me figure this out. And I love that. I love that she dedicates her time to really help other people and build people up and build their businesses up because she has the knowledge to do so. So that is number 1. Number 2 is accountability. I love accountability because I'm currently in her mastermind, so there are other people in the group. When I attend the group calls, I get to listen to what everyone else is going through, what they're learning, and then I can apply that to my business. And then it also just keeps me accountable to just keep working. So I do have questions for her. So I do have stuff to say at the meetings. And that's one of the biggest things, because had I not had accountability, I would have just let so many things slide, which I have in the past. And that's the biggest thing about having your own business or building something, is that you have to have your own accountability most of the time. So you need to be disciplined enough to do that. And so being in a mastermind just helps you with that even more so. And the last thing is that because you have invested your money, you're more likely going to work harder. You're more likely going to actually do the work because you spent the money and you want it to be worth it. One of the sales girls had mentioned that they sold their program and they gave it away for free to 2 people. And the only 2 people who never finished the program were the ones who got it for free. When you put money into something, you will put the work to finish it and to get what you want out of it. And so that is why I wanted to put cash down. I wanted to put my money into coaching because I knew I would take it more seriously. I love my free mentorship. I love my free videos in the morning, and I will listen to them every single day on my morning walks. But nothing compares to when you put $3,000 down and tell someone, help me figure out this problem. And you're gonna figure it out, whether they are good at it or not, but you put money in it. So energetically speaking, you are going to want to change things. You're gonna want to do something about it because you paid for it. So I kind of wanted to make this video as sort of an introduction to the series that's coming up about me hiring a coach and everything I learned and my process through the 90-day program. So I have no expectations. I'm just gonna document and share everything that I've learned, and I hope that we both learn something. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.